Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. So, we are actually getting a new hero in the Bazaar, and that is MAK. Now, the other heroes, like the heroes that are coming up, they have kind of partially been in the game for a while now. Some of them have a few items, like Stell and the cooking hero. They have like a dozen items. I think they've added a few more in recent patches. But full-on heroes that exist in the game mode, playable heroes, they have slightly over, or I think one of them has like exactly 100 items. 100 items is kind of like the base kit for one of these heroes, and MAK had by far the most out of the unreleased heroes. You did interact with MAK's items, like, if you went like the mosquito, you could get an amber. That is technically a MAK item. You could get the rare vendor, like the choose 3, and those could have MAK as one of the options, and you could get an amber in that shop. And MAK had 46 items in the game out of the typical hero package of about 100. So we kind of had like a little bit of a teaser on, how this kind of works. He has like charge mechanics, he has freeze, he has burn, he had poison. He's got a lot of like low ammo items that have like a potion tag. He's got a few things that specify with potion synergy and potion reload that actually doesn't work on reloading non-potion ammo items. So he's pretty specific. Unlike the other heroes, it looks like there's actually pretty minimal synergy with some of his key items when you're trying to use them on the other heroes, but a few of them are just naturally pretty strong. He recently got the dragon items, Dragon's Breath. So what's happening is next month, and starting on, I believe it's April 2nd, we are actually going to get MAK in the game as a playable hero. And with that comes a whole item rework. They did do like an intro, and this is a really awesome trailer actually. They highlight a few items, and some of them are just like really insane, like Memento Mori. The first time you would die each fight, heal for 1 and take no damage for 1 second. So just like really wild stuff like this. I think it's like awesome. If you see the trailer, you can kind of see that he is like a character that is supposedly alive for, centuries, and he has a lot of these like cheat death things, the crazy potions, and overall, I haven't played this hero, and I'm guessing that outside of the devs and their testers, no one has actually played this hero. Heroes in the Bazaar, you really have to take everything that they can do and actually just practice and really go with the flow and then figure out what's good and what's not. I don't really have any advice on how to play MAK. The truth is that no one is going to have relevant advice until we can actually play him on April 2nd. They have revealed quite a lot of items, but again, we're looking at just a slice of his items. Like if you look at like 50 of Pig's items, or let's say like 60 of Pig's items, you could maybe decipher like one strategy that might work, at least in some of the metas, but really you do need the whole picture. So just keep that in mind. But I have some items to showcase, and they have sent me some items to reveal for the first time in today's video. I just want to give you guys a little bit of context here. So we have Hourglass. Adjacent items have reduced cooldown, but it's a small item and it's a tool, so that can be pretty useful. Infinite Potion. These are revealed by other people. I found these on like Reddit, for example. I couldn't really find like a mega thread of all the revealed items, so we're just kind of seeing some pieces and getting a few teasers effectively. So gain regen and reload this. Kind of bizarre, but I guess there might be some triggers from reloading of potions, so it might be doing that. He also has a few friends. This is Weaselpede, or Weaselpede. Oh yeah, it's like a centipede weasel. I see, it's a weaselpede. Okay. So freeze 1 for 1, 6-second cooldown. While your enemy has poison, this has +1 multicast. Not amazing, but freeze is just a really powerful mechanic in the game right now. Candles, when you use a small item, charge 2, and it has a pretty large burn value, so this is at bronze. It has a value of 8. Now, typically when you level items, some part of it gets stronger. Charge 2 when you use a small item is a crazy value, so I imagine that stays the same and the burn goes up. We have Fireflies, another friend, burn 3 when you slow. This gets +1 burn for the fight. It's kind of like a pretty crappy ladle. but Ladle can struggle to find triggers. I imagine slows a lot more triggers. The flash grenade, I don't think is a MAK item, but he does have several other large slow options. Dragon's Breath is an item that currently exists in the game, but a lot of those items are getting reworks as well. So when you use an adjacent or dragon item, this gets 6 burn. It's kind of like the 1 pop, basically, because it's only got 1 ammo, but it's a potion. Maybe you can reload it. This is a pretty cool one, Goop Flail. So it's silver. You could get this on day 2, deal 1 damage, and then poison equal to this item's damage. So multicast 3 is like wild. If you have like a skill that gives you, leftmost weapon plus 20 damage, that will be 60 poison that you can apply 12 seconds into the fight as early as day 2, which again is really crazy. Ice Claw, so he's got the Fire Claw in the game right now, so this is kind of like the freeze version of it. It just does pretty good base damage for a bronze item. Freeze 1-for-1 on 9 is pretty poor, but when you freeze, you boost the damage of the Ice Claw quite significantly, and they did confirm that MAK is coming out on April 2nd. Now onto the stuff that they gave me. First off, we're going to start with Mortar and Pestle. So this is an item that exists in the game already. I've played with it a few times. It's pretty good. It gives a weapon lifesteal to the right of this, and this has a 7-second cooldown. I believe in the current version of the game it has a 9-second cooldown, and you can buff the damage of your lifesteal weapons. Now, it's pretty hard to get lifesteal effect on a weapon because they removed it as an enchantment, but overall you have at least one weapon you can hit with this, and lifesteal is of course very powerful. Calcinator is a new item, so this is again starting at bronze. 8 burn. When you transform a Reagent, this permanently gains plus 2 burn. At the start of each day, get a chunk of lead. So this is kind of the theme of the item bundle that they asked me to reveal, and it's a pretty cool one. It's kind of like, his like small item package that he kind of like manipulates. They're Regents. It's going to be a classification of items, and we'll go into that in a second, but this can be pretty strong if you get it early enough, and you can get it early enough because it's a bronze item. Philosopher's Stone. When you transform a Regent, this permanently gains plus 1 regeneration. When you buy this, get a chunk of lead. So chunk of lead, I believe that is what transforms into Regents, but we'll see. Retort. When you transform a Regent, this permanently gains 1 poison. At the start of each day, get a chunk of lead. He's like the master alchemist. He's got poison, of course. Sifting Pan. At the start of each day, get a small Regent. When you sell a Regent, this permanently gains plus 1 regeneration. I'm guessing that this is just a passive item that gives you regeneration because it otherwise has absolutely no attributes. So this is a chunk of gold. Presumably this is something that you can transform the lead into, I guess. It's the chunk of lead. When this is transformed, gain a chunk of gold. I guess you get it as an extra. Interesting. Catalyst. After you buy 3 Regents, transform this and enchant it. So this is again an item that is currently in the game, and it's like when you use the item to the left haste the item to the right. It doesn't really do that anymore. It does something else. Mysteries, science, experiments. Hemlock. When this is transformed, enchant it with toxic if able. So perhaps Hemlock is something that you can transform. Perhaps it interacts with these. And we have a few full screen pictures of the art. Overall, it will be a truly awesome experience to try to figure out this hero. I, for one, will be playing primarily MAK because it's one of those like special experiences. I know a lot of you guys playing Bazaar for the first time have done so in many cases recently, but I actually played Family and Friends in like June of last year for the first time, and that discovery process of a brand wholly new character is something that I have missed, and it looks like that experience has come again. So I am really eager to check that out. Hope you guys enjoyed some of the items, a little bit of a sneak peek, and we'll try to figure it all out come April 2nd. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.